Okay, I'd like to tie today a woolly booger. This is a variation of the original woolly booger. It's called the blueback. And obviously you can see why it's called the blueback, because it has a blue hackle down the top of it. The original woolly booger was first created by Russell Blessing in Pennsylvania around the 1960s. Some people think that he created this to represent a Dobson fly or a Hellgrammite. Some people think this looks like a crayfish. Whatever you think it imitates doesn't really make a lot of difference, because it is a very effective pattern in the water. To tie this, I like to use a size 12 or size 8. I'm going to be using a Dairiki 700. It's the streamer hook. This is in size 8. It's a 4X long hook, and on the shank of the hook I have about 20 wraps of 25 thousandths lead-free wire. For the thread, I'm going to be using an olive thread. 8/0 or smaller would work fine. Start the thread behind the lead, and you notice the lead starts right about above the point of the hook. This gives me room in the back to put on some materials. Wrap it forward to secure the lead, and I left myself plenty of room behind the eye to tie this off. And we don't need a whole lot, but just enough to keep the lead from moving. Okay, we'll go down to the traditional stopping point about above the barb. And we'll clip off the excess thread. Okay, for the tail of the woolly booger, I'm going to be using some olive brown marabou. You can use regular olive marabou. I use sculpin marabou. You can use a number of different colors for this particular pattern. Okay, I'm going to measure this, and I want it about the length of the hook shank. I'll tie it in. Get rid of what we don't need. Okay, we'll flatten this out just a little bit. Clean it up. Okay. Measure it and notice it is just a little bit longer than the shank. Okay, for a hackle on this woolly booger, I'm going to be using some olive hackle. I'm going to be tying it in by the tip. So I'm going to strip some of these barbules back. And I'm going to tie it in with the shiny side up. And I'm going to leave myself just a little stem without any barbules on it to make that first strap. The first strap is very important on this particular fly. Okay, for the body of the fly, I'm going to be using some peacock herring. I went 6-7 good strands of peacock herring. Okay. I'm going to tie this in on top of the lid, coming back to the bin. Notice I tied it in front. I did that so the body would stay flat and even. Okay, I'll bring my thread back up behind the eye. Put in a little half hitch to hold it in place. And I'm going to take my peacock harrow, make a little bit of a rope. And then I'm going to start bringing it forward. And we'll tie it off here behind the eye. And we'll clip off what we don't need. Straighten my hook up just a little bit. And we're going to put in another half hitch just to keep it and hold it in place. Okay, for the blue back, I'm going to be using some blue marabou feathers. I want just a few barbels, not many. 2, 3 at most. Okay, so I've got just very few. Okay, I'm going to tie that in right behind the eye. Clean it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my hackle. I'm going to preen it a little bit to get the barbels to stand out. I'm going to hold my blue back. Okay, let's get it going this way. There we go. Okay, I'm going to hold my blue barbels down, and I'm going to start my hackle forward. Keep trying to keep from getting barbels caught underneath as we wrap. And we keep sweeping them back. Okay. Okay, we'll get one more wrap. And we'll tie it off. We'll clip off our stem. Form a nice head. And we'll whip finish. Okay, we'll clean it up a little bit. Okay, there we have the blueback woolly bugger.